Good afternoon or evening, depending on when you're looking at this video. First of all, I'm going to take care of some classroom items that I just think you should know, and then at the end I will talk about the curriculum, the important things that you need to know. So first of all, I supply all the supplies for your child during school, and so crayons, markers, all that kind of stuff. Some children brought some to school. Keep them at home, so when we start doing homework at home, you can use them at home. But otherwise, I supply everything at school. There's been a few questions. We do have a bathroom in the classroom, so your child is using that mostly. Just want to make sure that you're clear on that. Remember your change of clothes. A couple of you still haven't brought it, but I'll contact you if you need it. Okay, the other thing is, just want to go over briefly about some of the things that I do for the behavior to help your child learn how to be a good listener at school. So we have something called a clip chart. Your child might talk about the clip chart. So every child has their own clip. It could go up or down. Everybody starts on green. If it goes down, then they're not getting any prizes. I punch a punch card, get 20 punches, and then they get to pick from the treasure box. So they could do something good. It can go up. Or if they do something, it could be up and it could go down. So it just depends on how their day's going. So now, along with this, there is something called the behavior report. So some of you should be getting this today in your envelope. It'll go home every day in the envelope, and it's going to be half a sheet of paper, and it will be marked what color your child was on, and it will also have the T-tallies. So just sign it so you can see how your child's doing and send it back in the envelope the next day. T-tallies are for talking and off task. And if they get 5 T-tallies in one day, then their clip goes down. So that's, talking, I'm trying to help them learn not to talk, but sometimes we do want to talk, so it's just helping them learn when to talk and when not to talk and to keep on track for their what they're supposed to be doing. Okay, so the other thing is, if your child is absent, I do have an absent folder. You can contact the office or send me a message through Remind, and I can get it together for you to pick up same day. But probably the best thing to do is to just, I collect the work and I'll send it back with your child the first day they get back from being sick. Okay, unless you're going to be sick long term, then we can work something else out. But basically, that is what you need to know. Oh, we will be celebrating birthdays, but in order to celebrate a birthday, we have to have things packaged individually, like ding-dongs or ice creams and juice boxes. We don't want to be cutting cake or anything like that. We can't serve anything. It has to be individually wrapped from a company, not you wrap up a brownie that you made. We can't have any homemade items. And something else that's a little different about my class is I love to celebrate half birthdays. So if your child has a birthday at the end of June, in August or July, we will be celebrating it on their half birthday. And I will let you know when that is. Half birthdays are December for June, January for July, and August for February. Okay? So I will start doing the curriculum, and you're not going to see me. I'm going to use my document camera and show you the curriculum. You'll just hear my voice and see my hands. Okay? Bye.
Kindergarten is a time for students to really learn how to take responsibility for their learning and think clearly, think critically. Every child is at a different place in this process. I have some that are coming in here and they are reading, and some that are knowing the alphabet, but they will soon be reading. And every level, every child is different in everything, and I'm trying to help each child get ready for first grade, basically. With that said, I'm going to mostly tell you about the curriculum that you're going to need to really help me with. And it's going to be a little bit different beginning of the year here, especially because we're just learning very differently because of the COVID. But anyway, so today we are Monday the 21st kicks off our reading incentive program. That is staying the same. Just it's going to be a little bit different. So I have your child's reading calendar will be going, either already went home in the Friday envelope or is going home today in the Monday envelope. And just so you know, we are changing envelope day for right now to Mondays for the in-person learners. It's just going to be easier for the teachers to do it that way. So you will be getting a calendar that looks something like this, and but normally I have the child bring it home and take it back the next day, bring it home and take it back. What I'm going to do is have you keep it at home for the month, and then every Friday, if you could take a picture of what your child has, you know, your calendar, or you could just text me the minutes. We read this many minutes this week. Either works for me, but I just want to get the minutes for it would be the weekend, the previous weekend, and then the week. As far as the reading goes, we ask each child to read a minimum of 15 minutes a night, and one time over the weekend. Now I realize you're sitting there going, my child doesn't read, or maybe your child does read, but we really expect parents to be reading to the child at this stage. There are things that little by little I will tell you, okay, this can count for their reading minutes. Okay, this can count for their reading minutes. And by the end of school, hopefully they're reading, you know, 5 to 10 minutes to you, and then you're making up the rest of the reading minutes. Okay, so if there's any questions, just you know, contact me about that. Okay, and our reading incentive program is also it's an incentive. We're trying to get them to learn to love to read. So I'm just going to quickly go over a few of, you know, because kindergarten isn't just about language arts and reading, but I'm going to spend a lot of time on that today. But we do math, and math is extremely important for children to get, especially in kindergarten, first grade, for them to really get a good number sense. And a good number sense can be, you know, something as simple as I put down these paper clips, and you can instantly see that that's 4. But very often kindergartners have to go 1, 2, 3, 4. But so getting a really good number sense, kind of internalizing the numbers, will help them for the rest of their life. And if they don't get a really good number sense, then they can struggle in math as they get older. But math is more than just adding and subtracting, you know, it's shapes and money and telling time and counting to 100, counting by tens, counting by fives. So anyways, we do a lot of math in class. The other thing we will be doing is learning how to cursive handwrite. We will learn all the lowercase letters, and we will learn some of the uppercase letters. Something fun, once we kind of get all the lowercase letters in place, I start encouraging them to cursive handwrite their first name. So it's just kind of fun. They think that's really cool. Okay, some of you might have heard about a little spaceman that comes and visits our classroom. His name's Astro. He brings us a letter. Right now we're doing the short vowel sounds. We spend about 3 days on a short vowel. Once we've done the 5 vowels, we will move on to consonants. We only spend 2 days on a consonant. We pretty much finish the alphabet at the end of November. And Astro brings them out of order, doesn't bring them in order. And once Astro brings 1 or 2 consonants, we will start doing blends. So this book will become, and this book I would like to go home and come back and go home and come back. And when your child practices blends, this is another way you can add a couple minutes to their reading time. So it can count as part of the 15 or 20 minutes. Did I mention 20 minutes for the reading incentive program? I'm not sure I did that, but we expect children to read 20 minutes for the reading incentive program. Sorry, I backtracked there. So This page will be important to you if you, can't quite remember your short vowel sounds, which is fine. I understand if you don't know them. This is actually gives parents a little trouble, which is fine. First time I had to do this, I was like, what in the world? They will have learned the 5 short vowel sounds, and then we will start adding a consonant, and then they're going to start blending. So this is like the beginning of a word that to us would have 3 letters, so there would be a consonant here. So this would say ta, ta, ti, ta, ta. So we went down the ladder. You'll practice going down the ladder and up the ladder with your child. You could also randomly point to ones. But I will assign 2 to 3 pages a night for them to practice, and it'll be repetitious, so they'll practice the same couple, and then we kind of move on and keep adding one here and there. But you don't need to practice this for 5 minutes, and at the beginning your child will struggle, and that's okay. The important thing is that you know how to say them, and sometimes you can say it and then have them say it and then have them say it. But they should pick it up eventually. If your child already reads, you probably won't really need to do this very much. But please do it a little bit so they get the idea, because we do have a lot of work pages where we're using these blend sounds. Now, if you can't remember what a vowel says, I totally understand that. You can use this to help you remember. Oh yeah, ah says ah like ostrich. Okay? So this page will help you kind of get a bearing for how these vowels sound. And you'll notice that I didn't call this to. I said ta, because if we were reading a book, this would be to. But because we're doing it this way, it's ta. Now, we will do long vowels. Long vowels come after Christmas. A long vowel is, has 2 vowels in the word, usually a silent letter, frequently silent E, but here we have a silent A. So we will get to short vowel sounds, and if your child already reads, they probably already know about these, but we still want to get them a really good phonics foundation so that they can learn how to sound out harder words in the future. Okay, so blend book is something that even though we're not really doing, we're actually doing our homework pages in class right now. But once this changes and we can go back to regular school, we will be doing homework at home. But this is going to come home, because the more your child practices reading, the quicker and faster they will get at being able to read proficiently. Something else that your child it will help them learn how to read is memorizing words. So yes, we want to do phonics, but yes, we also want to memorize words. Memorizing words helps your child be able to read more fluently, because so they're not sounding out every single word. And some of these words, not these in particular, but sometimes you run across words that you just have to remember, like the word the. It doesn't make sense. It should say the, but it doesn't. So you will get one of these, and this should be coming home probably in about a week. You'll get one of these. We usually have, like 5, 6 words. It goes up to 8 words a week, and then we go up to like 10 words at the very end of school. But have your child cut these apart and then get 3x5 cards from the store and make flashcards, so you can practice flashcards. When you practice these also can count for minutes of their reading, okay? And there's going to be 220 or over 220 cards by the time school's over. So you don't want to go through all 220 or all 100 when you get 100 cards. Pull out the cards that your child knows, and just once in a while go review those cards. If your child is already a really good reader, use your judgment whether you really need to do this or not. But I do quiz them on this once a week to see if they learned their words. Okay, so this is what we call sight words. And we also will be doing science, and this is a science bag. we do this in school. It's a lot of fun, a lot of hands-on, and I'll be sending home a paper for you to give you an opportunity to help to send in supplies to help me put the science bags together. You can see I just use common items, some just probably from your house, and some maybe you might have to go out and purchase. And this also, even though we're not doing homework, the half of the fun of this is the children, we do it in school, the children bring this home, and then they take it home and teach you the science that they've learned in school. So the kids really love these, and the parents actually really love them also, and there's usually a paper to fill out. So there will be some stuff that we're going to do at home, but it will be a minimum. And so anyway, so these are a lot of fun. We do writing, and writing in kindergarten is a lot of, initially it's drawing a lot of pictures. This has a blip on it because somebody made a mistake for me. But anyways, so they're going to fill this out. There's usually a picture that they're drawing, and then they have writing that they do, and it really we try to get them to figure out kind of essentially how to write paragraphs, but I don't use the word paragraph. I don't, I'm not really heading for a paragraph, but I'm trying to get them to have a lot of sentences on one subject instead of just, I like ice cream, because that really isn't a story. But initially, that's how we'll start. And initially, they really start just by drawing pictures. I think I've noticed that there's a couple of kids that can already write sentences. That's great. Just keep encouraging them to do more and write more. So any questions? You know how to get a hold of me, and I hope this was informative.
Thanks for watching the video, and if there's any questions that you have about what I spoke about, just send me a remind message or an email, and I can clarify things for you, okay?